Hi everyone, my name is Nyambu and I'd like to welcome you all. I give you a very warm welcome to Fitness with Nyambu, where I'm going to talk about my journey with fitness and how I went from being overweight to achieving my BMI, because I went from 80 kilos to 59 kilos. So I'm going to be sharing with you my lessons, what I've learned, and the secret to this amazing transformation. Guys, can you look at how I'm looking now? You can see the way I'm slaying, the way I'm looking good. Yeah. And if you like what this channel is about, kindly hit that subscribe button. Thank you. So guys, let me start by some of the challenges that I've been facing in my fitness journey. So I think I'll start from the beginning. For all those, maybe there are a lot of people who know me. For those who know me, know that I've been struggling with my weight for a very long time. And I've been overweight for as long as I can remember. Even as a kid, I was always the chubby kid. So I've been struggling with my weight. It has really messed up with my self-esteem. But if you're overweight and you're comfortable with yourself, that doesn't mean that you should lose weight. No, I'm just sharing my own personal journey. So that's a disclaimer. If you're happy with how your weight is looking, then I'm happy for you. But I wanted to share this video because we are approaching the new year, and I know most of you, your new year resolution, your goal is to try and lose weight. So as I was saying, I've always been overweight for as long as I can remember. I've always been a chubby kid. So I've always struggled with my weight. I've also been eating like I eat, yeah. I've been overeating, yeah. And then also because of being overweight, I wasn't very active, yeah. So I've been struggling until my doctors told me now it's time to work on your weight, and I actually started developing complications because of my weight problems. So I've tried many things. Maybe I'll talk about the ones that have worked for me. So it got to a point where I started the gym, and then I was in the gym for about 2 months. So I lost about 6 kilos in the 2 months. And then when I lost the 6 kilos, I had to stop because one, my back was aching, and also my chest, my lower back, it was aching. And then I also had a chest problem. So my chest was also paining. So I just stopped doing the gym. So I just knew, hey, the gym might not work for me. So after that, I tried this diet program. I don't know if you know about it, the 21 days of change. So I did. So basically, you take smoothies and eggs for 21 days. So yeah, of course, I lost 8 kilos in the 21 days. But was it sustainable? No, I gained twice as much as I had lost. So for me, it was not sustainable. So I had been looking for something that I can do to lose this weight. Okay, so those are some of my struggles. I'll keep on talking to you about the struggles, yeah, that I've been facing. But for now, those are the ones that is what I want to talk to you about. So let's go back a bit. So in 2022, now that I had known, you always have to start with what works with your body. So I knew now that if I exercised and if I went on the right diet, then I would be able to achieve that results. So what I did was, so as I was saying, let's go back a bit. So in 2022, I knew now I needed to be serious about one, my exercise, and about two, my diet. So I needed to find an exercise that I can do and a diet that I can fall through with so that I can be able to achieve my goal. So in 2022, that's when I decided this is the year. So you can also decide 2024, this is your year and it will work for you. So in 2022, what happened was that I started with an exercise that I can easily do. I told you I was not an active person. So the first week of 2022, I just started taking leisure walks. And then when I started doing the leisure walks, I used to do 30 minutes leisure walks every morning before I even go to work or anything. And then I used to wake up at 5. I do the leisure walk for 30 minutes. And then I come back to the house, I get dressed, I go to work. And then after so I started doing the leisure walk. I did that for 1 week. After 1 week now, I got the momentum. Now I started jogging for those 30 minutes. And then that was the second week. The second week now, I started jogging. And I also started doing tummy exercises because my tummy was very big. So that's what I did. And then in terms of diet, I had been following a lot of people. It's always, if you're on their weight loss journey, it's always good to follow different people. So kindly hit the subscribe button and follow for more. So in terms of diet, I started doing what is called clean eating. I was doing clean eating because I had seen a lot of people that I follow that have been successful in losing weight, have been following clean eating. And clean eating diet is not the only diet. So that is what I'm just talking about my own personal experience. I'm not saying that it's the best. I'm just saying what has worked for me in the long term. So in clean eating, basically, you're supposed to follow a diet where you're supposed to restrict yourself from things that are processed and also from sugar and wheat and preservatives. So when we talk about clean eating, that means that you avoid things like wheat, you avoid things like processed sugar, and you also avoid things that are processed. So basically, what you're eating is things that have grown up from the ground. So I can give you an example of like what I used to eat for breakfast. So for breakfast, I used to eat bread, sausages, cake, biscuits. I was just an overeater. I can't believe that I'm the same person. Okay, forgive the background. Yes, so I can't believe that I'm the same person. So now switching it now to no dairy. Okay, even clean eating also there is no dairy. So now I had to go for black tea with the sweet potatoes, yeah, and then an egg, and then a salad. You see, so that has been my journey. So I've been using clean eating, and I think I'll share a bit more about clean eating, but it's not the only diet. Like for clean eating, I know like it's always good before you start a diet, if you have some medical condition, always consult your doctor. So like I know clean eating wouldn't really work for somebody with diabetes or hypertension. So it's always good. I'm not advising you. I'm just talking about my journey. So it's always good before you start your journey. Yes, you consult your doctor. So I'd like to encourage maybe somebody who has been on this weight loss journey and they've been trying and failing and trying and failing, and they want to make 2024 the year that they're going to be successful. So I'm just going to mention a few quotes. Okay, this quote that used to encourage me, I hope it also encourages somebody there. It says, "The one who falls and gets up are stronger than the one who never tried at all." Okay, so if you have been on this weight journey, that is what the quote is saying, and you have been failing. You start January, then February, you are failing, but you are better off than somebody who has never started. So this January, I'd like to encourage you. We start together, okay? So let me tell you about now that journey. How I started. So when I now got, you have to have discipline and you have to set your mindset. This is what you want in 2024. So in 2022, what I set my mind and I said, I'm going to be doing those two things. I'm going to check on that exercise. I'm going to be consistent. By the way, consistency is very, very key. I'm going to be consistent with those two things, my diet and my exercise. So when I started being consistent, I told you I was jogging. I used to wake up in the morning for 30 minutes, I jog. And then I started now adding 15 minutes of tummy exercises. So, and then now I changed my diet now to clean eating. I started eating better. And then the other thing, also refreshments. I stopped taking things like sodas. And those juices that you're told are healthy, by the way, they're not that healthy for you. And I also stopped taking alcohol. So that is one thing. I'm going to talk about alcohol because I know there are so many people who are suffering here and are not willing to give up the alcohol. And one day I'm going to tell you why. So, um, so I'm talking about 2022. I started being consistent with my diet and my exercise. So the first month, in end of January, I lost 5 kilos. And you can hear in the beginning, the most I had lost in was 3 kilos when I was doing exercises alone. So I lost 5 kilos. The next month, I lost another five. The next month, another five. The next month, another five. Until I was able to reach the physique that I am happy with. But then I'm very happy with this physique. I'm not too slim or skinny, and I'm not also, I'm not also. Let me just allow me to use it's my channel. I can also say I'm not fat, but I'm not so skinny. Because let's talk. By the way, let's stop there. By the way, let's talk about losing weight. There are people who lose weight because of several reasons. Reason number one, you're having financial problems. So you don't have money to buy food. That is one. Two, you're losing weight because you're having stress. That was not me. Three, you're losing weight because you are sick. That was not me. So the fourth person, you are losing weight because You have chosen to. That was me. I had chosen to lose weight out of my own will. It was not shakahola, somebody telling me you have to lose weight. You have to start fasting. No, 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 no. It was not that. It was me trying to lose weight on my own volition and with my own personal objectives. So I've brought out the tape measure. I don't know if you guys can see that my bust size is 34. Let's go to my waist. My waist is 29.5. Let's go to my hips. My hips are 36. Okay. So I'm happy with how my physique is looking right now. But of course, I want to make a few changes. You can never be totally happy. So the one thing I know people who lose weight struggle with are arms. So I want to show you my arms. Can you see? There is nothing that is hanging over here. And you can see I have some bit of muscle. So I'm happy with my arms. When people lose weight, most of them have something hanging here. So I'll tell you what I did so that I don't have this. I'll show you a picture of how when I lost weight, I had something hanging here. You can see even this other hand, there is nothing hanging here and I have a bit of muscle. Yeah. The other thing I want you to look at is my back. I used to have something bulging here. I'll look for a photo here. You can see now there's nothing bulging and you can see there's a line in your back. If your back, you don't have a line going down here, just know you have excess fat. That is what, yeah. Let's talk about my shoulders. You can see here, I have a line here that shows that I don't have fat here. But of course, there are places where it's very hard to lose fat, like my tummy. My tummy is still there, so I'm working on it. So this year, this is my goal, to lose my tummy, especially the tummy down here. Yeah, that one is the one that I really want to lose. Okay. So I would also like to encourage those who are planning that 2024 that they are going to start their weight loss journey. So I'm going to tell you that in order for you to start, you don't have to be great. But in order for you to be great, you have to start. So whatever you're trying to do, just make sure that 2024, 1st January, you just start. Don't be that person who is always procrastinating. No, January comes, you start saying, I'll start in February. February, you'll start in March. No, I want you to start where you are and you just start small. Okay, one, and then the other thing I want to tell you that when you do hard things, your life becomes easy. And when you do easy things, your life becomes hard. Okay, I'll have to tell you that when in January I started jogging, it was hard for me to start jogging. You remember I was telling you that I stopped the gym because I was having back pain. Even when I was jogging, I was still having back pain and chest pain until somebody advised me to be going for swimming every week so that I can manage that pain instead of using medicine. So I started swimming. And you know, the advantage of swimming is that swimming exercises all your body muscles. So whenever I'd go every week I swim, then my muscles would be in better performance the next week because they will have relaxed. Okay. And then the other thing I also want to tell you is that discomfort comes with progress. You know, you're here, maybe, but then let me tell you, one of my biggest weakness was wheat. I am a lover of wheat. I loved cake. Even this channel, when I started it when I was cooking and mostly cooking junk food. I think you can go to my previous videos and see the way I used to cook. I used to love cooking cakes. I used to love cooking pizzas. Now I can't even eat the pizzas or the cakes now. The only cakes that I can cook are the ones that are sugar free and gluten free. So you have to be ready to be uncomfortable because discomfort is where your progress will come from. So you cannot be waking up in the morning and then you're craving something and that's the one you go for. You have to start making better choices in 2024. You have to look at this item that I want to eat. Is it going to be the fall? Is it going to make me fall or is it going to make me progress? And it's going to make you discomfort, it's going to make you uncomfortable, so just be ready for that. The other thing I also want to tell you is that I also had another weakness of always eating all the time, all the time, all the time. So I used to wake up at 5. I could not do anything before eating. So I wake up at 5 and then I eat at 5 because without having breakfast I would not be able to function. So I have breakfast at 5. Again, at around 9, I'm having the second breakfast. And then at 1, I'm having lunch. At 4, I'm having afternoon tea with a snack, of course. Of course, a snack that has wheat and maybe it has been dipped in oil. And then at 6, another snack. And then at 8, I'd have my supper. And then I'd just sleep. But then when I started now being more conscious of my eating habits, I started now eating. I did what is called intermittent fasting. I looked for, intermittent fasting. You can just go and look for it. And the one that I was comfortable with, that I knew that I could do for a long time, was 16/8. So that means 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating. So I'd wake up at 5, and then I'd do my exercise, my workout for 45 minutes. So that would be up to 5:45, and then get dressed, and then dressed, and then go to work, and then at around 10, that's when I'd have my first breakfast. So at first I used to be like, I used to wake up and then I'd be so energyless, and then I was like, what, how will I manage to go up to 10? First exercise without even eating, and then wait. Even after the exercise I wait, and then now I eat. So I started breaking my fast. So I have breakfast at 10, and then after I have breakfast at 10, lunch I have lunch at 1, and then after lunch at 1, then I'd have my supper, my dinner at 6. So that means that my eating window would be from 10 a.m. to 6 a.m., which would be an 8-hour eating window. And then after that, from 6, I would not eat again. So that would mean that I have a 16 hours of window of fasting. So that really helped me, and I found it was sustainable. I could do it every day without feeling like I'm tormenting myself. You can be on a fast or on a diet, and then you're feeling like you're tormenting yourself. But that one I was able to easily do. I'm not recommending that it's the best. You just go and try intermittent fasting and see. There's OMAD, where you also eat one meal a day. There's a 24-hour fast. There are so many. There's 48. There's so many. Just go and look at the one that you'll be able to do, and do it for the long term. But that one for fasting, that one you have to do, because I know most of you are really struggling with your weight, because you're always eating, and you don't have that discipline. So intermittent fasting, what you do is that you set an alarm on your phone, that when it's 10, it rings and tells you when to eat, and when it's also 6, it rings and tells you when you're supposed to stop eating. So one thing you also have to consider when you're starting this weight loss journey is why you're starting. So maybe if you want to fit in a better, maybe there's a dress you bought and you want to fit it better. Maybe when you were younger, or you used to fit better in it. Maybe that's your motivation. Okay, maybe you are not a very self-confident person. You want to be self-confident. Maybe it has brought some losses. But then I can tell you that with my when I was chubby, I've had not so good experiences with people. Like maybe you go for job interviews, and then people look at you, and then they see like you're even older than your age. That is what weight does to you. It makes you even look older than your age. So you find that people maybe who have a slender physique get the job, but you, because you're overweight and you look older, then you're overpassed. So that is one thing that I wanted to do. And then I remember, by the way, let me share this. It's a personal story. That when I went to high school, I wanted to join the basketball team, So I went for tryouts. When I went for tryouts, that time I was big, especially my chest was big, So I went for the tryouts, When I went for the tryouts, I kept on, when I tried dribbling the ball, I kept on having a wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, I think you understand what I mean. So of course I was disqualified, and then the whole, everybody who was in the field was laughing at me, because I kept on adjusting myself. So yeah, so that was one of the motivation, and some of these things, they really stick to you, And then the other thing is that, when you go shopping, when you're bigger, most of the clothes that are available in the shops, they are mostly for slimmer and slender people. So when you go shopping and you're plus size, it's very hard to get clothes. But for now, right now, I'm a size 10, and size 10, it's very easy for me. In fact, I'm the one whose clothes are not refusing me. I'm the one who is refusing clothes. So that's one thing for my wife. So I So after you know, well, the why, then you know the what. So for the what already told you. I knew what was working for me. Always start with what has been working for you. So I knew, one, I needed to exercise. Two, I needed to find the right diet. So for exercise, I've told you, I chose an exercise that I can do every day. So if you're very good at skipping and you can do skipping every day, at least for 6 days, and then you rest for one day, then that would be fine for you. So, and then for diet, you need to consult your doctor. If you are having any medical challenges, always consult your doctor. And also you look at diets, whether there are so many. There's keto, there's Mediterranean. There are so many diets. I'm not saying that clean eating is the best. I'm just saying, because clean eating, some of the people I follow, like online, have used it. Like, if you know Chloe Ting, if you know Grow with Joe, people who are legit. Of course, out there are so many people who will tell you, do this, do balloon, and then after 5 months you look at them, they're not. For me, I lost this weight in 2022. I'll show you photos. January, I'll show you my photo for January and for July. And then when losing weight is easy, by the way, that's what they say. Losing weight is easy. Keeping the weight off is hard. So now from there, I was keeping the weight off. And then now for this year, I've been motivated to talk to you about it because I've been able to successfully keep the weight off. And then I'll also be sharing with you, like right now, what I'm doing to keep the weight off, what I'm doing to now keep, because I have other goals. When it comes to weight management, it doesn't end when you achieve your weight goal. You also have to start toning. For now, I'm doing what is called toning, and I'll keep on talking to you about toning, because some of you, you're not really at you need to lose weight. You just need to tone. You're just uncomfortable with your body because you haven't toned. So I'm going to talk to you about toning. So kindly hit that subscribe button. And I'm going to talk to you when you hit that subscribe button. So when we talk about dieting, one thing about dieting is that you need to look at portion control. So portion control is very vital. For me, I can tell you that I used to put heaps and heaps of food, yeah, on my plate. But now that when I started looking at my weight management, now I do something what is called portion control. And then I also did a reduced starch portions. And I also started doing fasting. I've already talked about fasting. So what you need to do when you're starting this journey, you need to be smart. What do I mean by smart? You need to be specific. So you need to be specific on what you want. That is the S. The M, measurable. You need to have measurable goals. Yeah, I've already talked to you about my current weight. My current weight is about 59, but we're going to measure with you. For now, I've measured with you. My bust is 35, my waist is 29.5, and my hips are 36. Yeah, so it needs to be measurable. You need to set achievable goals. So for me, so you cannot say that I'm 100 and I want to reach 50 in 2 months. Seriously, that is not manageable. Even that is a very unhealthy way of thinking. So just be manageable. For me, I was doing 5 kilos a month, which is achievable because it is 1 kilo a week, 1 kilo a week, 1 kilo a week. So it needs to be achievable. It also needs to be realistic. I cannot say for now that maybe right now, I want to reduce my waist there. I cannot say that I want to reduce my waist from 29.5 inches to like 16 inches. That is not realistic. Who has 16 on their waist? No. So just be realistic about it. It also has to be time bound and timely. Just set a timeline that you're comfortable with. So the other thing that I also want to talk about is water. Water, you really need to take. The way doctors tell you, 8 glasses of water. You really need to start taking those 8 glasses of water, because at times, what I realized was, at times when you feel hungry, you're not even hungry, you're just thirsty. And then the other role of water in weight loss is that it helps you feel full. So I'm going to talk about the different types. There are people who are not able to take plain water. Like for me, I'm not able to take plain water. But there are types of waters that can not only help you lose weight faster, but they are not plain water. They'll give you a bit more motivation. So I'm going to talk about I think there are 4 types of drinks that you can take, because I told you sodas are no ready to drink, or these juices that are packed. Those ones are no when you're trying to lose weight. So guys, if this is the sort of content that you like, kindly hit that subscribe button, comment below, And yeah, and tell me what else you want to hear from me. Yeah.